Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is, and I gotta change my calendar page. Today is Tuesday, February 1st. So happy February. Yes. This month is Valentine's Day, of course. Charlize's birthday is this month. Her birthday is the 16th. She'll be 17. Can't even believe that. So, not much really to report. I didn't do any stitching again yesterday. I was not feeling well yesterday evening after, got downstairs and I literally took a little bit of a nap and then went to bed. I was in bed I relaxed in my room, tucked Bill in at 8, went downstairs and watched an episode of, I've been watching that Woman in the Window, Across the Girl from the Street or something, that show on Netflix. And I really like it. It's kind of a parody on the book. So you have to take it, tongue in cheek sort of, but I like it. Kristen Bell is fantastic in it. So I watched an episode of that and then went to bed. So Bill comes down and wakes me up very early and I thought somebody died because, it was like 2 in the morning. And he said, my throat's really sore, and he was afraid that he was getting COVID because he was actually exposed to it at work on Friday. We didn't find out until Sunday evening, and so I just said, well, we have tests here, and we'll just monitor our symptoms. So we both took a test this morning, and it was negative. But he stayed home from work, so he's downstairs, and I have a job today. But yeah, no stitching, so no stitching to show you. But I do have a little story I'm going to read to you. And of course, the unfucking calendar entry for today. But I received my Christmas junk journal. Ooh, look at this piece of gorgeousness, right? So it's a ribbon and I kept it tied because you can kind of pull it and just to open it. But just to show you some of the pages, can you even? Look at that. I like this one because you could put something in an ornament there or a stitching there. This is really done amazingly gorgeous. I will link her Etsy store down below. I can't wait to start stitching little Christmas things and putting them in here. Can you even right now? Especially look at that page. Gorgeous. And there's a lot of pages in here. And Bill says, is it going to be hard to close? Well, as I get my stitching in here, the fabric is thin. I'm not going to be wrapping it around mat board. I'm going to be ironing it to the page with a heat and bond. That's my plan. Or gluing it like Michelle does. So I'm guessing it's going to get a little thicker, but I'm hoping that I can just tie the bow differently so I can shut the book. But so gorgeous, right? Absolutely love that. Waiting for the Halloween one to come in and the regular one for just everyday stuff. But yeah, so like I said, I will link that down in my link tree below, her Etsy store. Okay, so today's story is called Lunch with God. A little boy wanted to meet God. He packed his backpack with 2 sets of clothes and some pieces of cake, and he started his journey. He waited for a while until he felt tired. So he sat in a park on the way, opened his backpack, and took a piece of cake to eat. Then he noticed an old woman sitting sad nearby, so he offered her a piece of cake. She gratefully accepted it with a wide look and smiled at him. Her smile was so pretty that the boy longed to see it again. After some time, he offered her another piece of cake, and again she accepted it and smiled at him. And the boy was delighted. They sat there all afternoon, eating and smiling, but they never said a word. While it grew dark, the boy was frightened and he got up to leave, but before he had gone more than a few steps, he ran back and gave her a hug, and she in return kissed him with her prettiest smile. When the boy returned home and opened the door, his mother was surprised by the look of joy on his face, and she asked him, "What did you do today that made you look so happy?" And he replied, "I had lunch with God." Before his mother could respond, he added, "You know what? She's got the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life." Meanwhile, the old woman, also radiant with joy, returned to her home. Her son was stunned by the look of peace on her face, and he asked, "Mom, what did you do today that made you so happy?" And she replied, "I ate cakes in the park with God." And before her son could respond, she added, "You know, he's much younger than I expected." So the moral of the story, which isn't that just like, it just warms the cockles of your heart, right? Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Remember, nobody knows how God looks like, what he or she looks like, right? People come into our lives for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. Accept all of them equally and let them see God in you. And you know, who knows? Maybe that's the way that God actually works. Maybe he comes down in different people all of the time to help different people. The moral of that story too is that you just don't know how the smallest act of kindness from yourself can have just an amazing impact on somebody else's life. So I loved that story though. That was really good. And I'm continuing to read my book, Just My Luck. Holy moly, moly, moly. I'm 71% done. So still got 25% left to read. Still got quite a bit to read. Okay, so continuing on our journey to unfuck ourselves in 2022. Hair everywhere. Success is the accomplishment of what you thought you could never do. Okay. Success is relative, which I have learned. I was listening to Steve Harvey the other day, who I love his little speeches. Wait a minute, there is a hair somewhere on me. Okay. He said, you know, success isn't always, you know, we like to attain success to having the most money, accomplishing the most things. That's not always the case. And he said, no job, like just because you think actors and singers and actresses and stuff, I don't know how he worded it exactly. He worded it better than I'm doing. Actors and actresses and singers, yes, they're successful, but we shouldn't measure ourselves up against that. Like if you're a janitor or you're a school teacher or you're whatever, all of those jobs are important. We need all of those jobs in the world. So I try to think in the frustrations of my own job that I surely am successful in my job because we put out an amazing product for these people that helps them in legal cases. So I try to think of that when I'm having a bad day or when we have a difficult witness or something is just very, very difficult. And I found out like yesterday evening, we may have another arbitration, a 2-week one this time, the beginning of March. So she hasn't accepted it yet. And I'm just like, oh my God. Now, this one is not, it's not like a daily turnaround. So it's not like due the next day. But so I wouldn't have to worry about 2 proofreaders, but still just a big commitment, you know what I mean? But okay, so I know this is a shorter video, but that's sometimes what you're going to get when I have no stitching to show you. So I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.